Okay, welcome to the first walking rant from another sort of in the geek room, out of the geek room. You know what? There's been so much said about these comic book movies recently, and I don't know. Pretty sure I covered this on the High Ground podcast, but you know, I'm getting really kind of boring me now that these directors, Scorsese, Coppola, have. I know the great directors have made some of the greatest films of all times, but they sound like grumpy old men with the way that they're ranting on and on about how much they dislike Marvel movies. And it got me thinking this morning when I was, the thing about cinema is, I was thinking if I was a kid today, with the likes of Spider-Man and Star Wars being on, I'd have loved it. This is the ultimate for me as a child. Knowing that I get to see a Spider-Man film and I get to see all these superhero movies and a Star Wars movie in 1 year. I mean, that's fantastic. And that's the thing. The sort of entertainment is really for children. It's to entertain. It's to have fun. And if these, saying that it's not cinema, what's the difference between that and the original Star Wars trilogy, or the Indiana Jones, or the Back to the Futures? I mean, it's all, it's like when you had westerns were popular, when musicals were popular, they go through periods where certain genres become popular, and at the moment it's superhero films, and Marvel in particular. But that's like saying, if you don't like superhero films, I mean, they're all different. It's alright if you don't like one. I mean, Thor: Dark World for me was not a great film, and it took me a while to actually enjoy the second Fantastic Four: The Rise of the Silver Surfer. I mean, the Fantastic Four remake was awful, but to base upon my opinion of superhero films and Marvel movies just on those alone would be very, very narrow-minded. When you get the likes of, Winter Soldier, which comes out just off the top of my head, and of course Infinity War and Endgame, fantastic movies, or even something like Joker or The Dark Knight. I mean, again, fantastic films. I mean, Joker, Dark Knight are more for the mature audience, or even as far as going back to the 90s with and the late 80s with Batman and Batman Returns. Absolutely fantastic movies. You know what? I mean, like I said, for me, I'm a fan of all cinema, so I love the Scorsese's, I love the Coppola movies, but I also like fun movies. And there's just the whole saying that there's not real cinema is a load of rubbish. I mean, I was going through the other day my film collection, and you've got someone like Steven Spielberg, who will do the fun films like your Ready Player One, your Indiana Jones, your E.T. But at the same time, he did Schindler's List, he did Post, and Saving Private Ryan. That's just to name three. So, one cinema is not... Oh, and Jurassic Park. How could I forget Jurassic Park? So if an author who can do all that, it'd be like picking out the ones you don't like because you don't define it as moving the medium forward. I mean, Jurassic Park and the Indiana Jones films are very effects heavy. So to say that an effects heavy film is not real cinema, it entertains. And that's the thing. Some cinema is there to entertain, so to educate. And I am a fan of both. Sometimes I want to be educated. Sometimes I just want to be entertained. There's many a time when I'm going through what film do I want to watch tonight, I will go and find something that is just going to entertain me and have some fun. And that's the key element sometimes when I watch films, is I want something that's fun. Or then there's sometimes I want to be educated. Official Secret, fantastic movie. I wanted to see that because I like films about journalism and uncovering truth. That's why, so like all, as well as on the Power, like on the President's Men, and The Post, like I've already mentioned, which I think is a fantastic Steven Spielberg movie. So, I'm not going to go and literally slate any director or any person that doesn't like the sort of films that I like, because I'm very open-minded about it, and I think that is very narrow-minded when these intelligent, great auteurs actually want to denounce medium just because they don't like it. It's like I said, I've still got much love for like the likes of Coppola and Scorsese, and if you don't like it, it's just your opinion. But my opinion is that there is room in terms of cinema as a medium and film as a medium in general. Because a lot of films going straight to Netflix and streaming services, like Scorsese's The Irishman. But there is room and there is place for all of this. And you know what? There's so much negativity, in the world as it is. But to have creators of art, which is what film is, it's an art form. Slating something because they don't like it and going public with it. If you don't like something, I read it or something a while ago when someone asked Kevin Smith why he didn't slate films, and he said, "Why would I spend my time talking about something I don't like?" Now, for the In the Geek Room page which you're watching, if I don't like a film, I try not to dwell on it. But as a critic, I do have to point these things out. But it's not the sort of thing I like to do. I'd rather sit here, as I'm doing right now, walk and tell you about a film that I really like and what I'd really like you to see. Because as I've always said, nobody goes out of the way to make a bad movie. And all these armchair filmmakers who think that they can do better because they don't like it, and and if I don't like it, I like to be able to explain why I don't like it or why it didn't work. Because but I'm not one of these people that will sit there, or like I said, I'm walking right now, and just slate sleep for the sake of it. I mean, like I said, there are loads of comic book movies that I don't like, but I think, if for anything, one positive about the comic book movie genre is it encourages people to read. It encourages you to go out and buy comic books who might not have read comic books, and if you look at something like the X-Men, there's more of an undertone to something like that. So that's been my opinion on the state of cinema in terms of the negativity that's been thrown out towards comic book movies. See you all in another In the Geek Room video.